Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining today. We seek the blessings of Radha Krishna and Krishna Balaram and Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, to begin the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. At least try to do a small overview if we can. And it is entitled The General History. So very interesting topic, interesting title. So we want to seek the blessings and good wishes of all the assembled devotees. Thank you for joining, so that we can enter into the nectar of the Bhagavatam. So first chapter is, this is a very nice verse which we can recite.
Shri Bhadrarayana Uvacha Preva Vapusa Krasundra Sanivesham Kamashan Bhuvi Sumangalam Aptakama Astyaya Dama Ramamanudara Kirti Samhatumaichatta Kulam Stita Kritya Sesha. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, the Lord, who bore his body as the amalgamation of everything beautiful, beautifully executed the most auspicious activities while on the earth. Although he was in fact without any endeavor, already satisfied in all desires, residing in his abode and enjoying life, the Lord, whose glorification is in itself magnanimous, now wanted to annihilate his dynasty, as there still remains some small part of his duty to be carried out.
So he's, of course, he doesn't have any duties. But he does his duties. This is the most amazing thing about the Lord. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to fulfill anybody's desires or look after anybody, but he does. This is the sweetness of the Lord. It's very kind-hearted. So let's have a look at the context of this. It's entitled The Curse Upon the Yadu Dynasty. So Bhagavatam, 11th canto, is quite philosophical, as we will see as we go along, and very nice, very deep, but at the same time understandable philosophy, broken down in such a nice way so that we can realize the futility of trying to enjoy in this world. So it's very powerful, and we'll see that over the next few weeks. So this chapter gives a hint of the destruction of the Yadu dynasty, which took place owing to the appearance of an iron club. Hearing this narration is a great impetus for becoming detached from the material world. So, although the Yadu dynasty, accompanied by the two lordships, executed, destroyed many demons, Lord Sri Krishna expertly arranged the great Kurukshetra battle between the Kurus and the Pandavas to further remove the earth's burden. What was the burden? Too many unruly kings occupying the world. So many demons had been destroyed. The battle of Kurukshetra took place, which again destroyed a lot of the Kshatriyas. But there was still left Krishna's own dynasty, which was huge, absolutely humongous. And that also was causing a burden to the earth. Because the sons of Pandu were enraged by the offenses of their enemies, such as the duplicitous, gambling, verbal insults, the seizing of Draupadi's hair, and many other cruel transgressions, the Lord engaged them as the immediate cause to execute his will. All the kings who were burdening the earth assembled with their armies on opposite sides of the battlefield. When the Lord killed them through the agency of war, the earth was relieved of its burden. However, the Lord was not yet satisfied. Because of the continued presence of the undefeatable Yadu family. and no outside force could ever bring about the defeat of this family. And they were huge in numbers, absolutely. And like if we look at the figures, it's hard to understand, hard to contemplate why they, even just the servants ran into trillions, or the gurus, the teachers ran into trillions, let alone the family itself. Anyway, so using the pretense of a curse by an assembly of Brahmins, the Lord withdrew his entire dynasty so that he could completely wind up his pastimes on earth. So the Lord is very careful. He will arrange it in such a way that the burden is removed and various devotees' desires are fulfilled. So one of the desires of Gandhari was to because she was so angry when her sons died. When she saw Krishna, she also cursed him that your family will die in the same way, just like mine. They will kill each other. And Krishna, of course, is a Supreme Lord. He could have easily counteracted the curse, but he accepted the curse. The Lord does so many things with just one act. He respected Gandhari as a mother, and the mother's curse is accepted, whether it's good or bad. You accept the curse. And he accepted the curse. He gave her that respect of mother. It's really inconceivable, the Lord, how he behaves and how he interacts with his devotees and perhaps those who are not so devoted. He just is so sweet in every transaction he carries out. Amazing. Krishna very easily spread his glories, which were sung throughout the world by the most sublime and essential Vedic verses. When Krishna was on the earth, he attracted the eyes of all people. So this is the gift that Krishna has given for the future. That's why he saw it appropriate to remove his family from this world. When Krishna spoke, his words attracted the minds of all who remembered them. By seeing the footsteps of Lord Krishna, people became attracted to him. Thus, they wanted to offer their bodily activities to the Lord as his followers. Lord Krishna considered that simply by hearing and chanting those glories, conditioned souls born in the future would cross beyond the darkness of ignorance. So he had laid the foundation of liberating souls from this world. Those who are conditioned, who are stuck in this world. Being satisfied with this arrangement, he left for his desired destination, inspiring a quarrel which led to a devastating curse by the Brahmins to destroy the Yadu clan. So Maharaj Parikshit was very inquisitive here. Wow, how could the Brahmins curse the Vrishnis, the Yadus, who are always respectful to the Brahmins? How could such a disagreement have arisen amongst the Yadus, who all share the same goal of life? So we often see this, right? Sometimes we think, yes, in our situation, nothing can go wrong. But guess what? It goes wrong. Invariably, it always goes wrong. We have a relationship with somebody, very good, friendly, maybe a family or friend or whatever. But then after a while, something happens and things have changed. That relationship's destroyed, gone. And we think, wow, what happened? We thought it would never end, but it ended. This is the way of this world. everything will come to an end. At death, everything finishes. Even the most sound relationships are destroyed. Anyway, Sukadeva Goswami said, by Krishna's arrangement, many great sages such as Vishwamitra, Asita, Kavna, Durvasa, Bhrigu, Angira, Kashyap, Vamadev, Atri, Vashishta, Narad, and others assembled at the home of Vasudeva. So they were at Krishna's father's house in order to perform fruitive rituals that award abundant pious results, bringing great happiness, taking away the sins of Kali Yuga for the whole world. After the ceremony, Krishna sent them to the holy place named Pindagaraka near Dwaka. So this sacrifice, we touched upon it in the 10th canto towards the end, that sacrifice that Vasudeva invited. Or maybe that was in Kurukshetra actually. Anyway, this must be another one. So, the young boys of the Yadu family, they were absorbed in a playful mood. They also arrived there. They were always making pranks anyway. But these, not in front of sages, generally in front of their own family and friends. But this time, they did it in front of the sages. These boys dressed Samba, the son of Jambavati, in the guise of a pregnant woman about to give birth. And playfully, they approached the great sages gathered there. The boys grabbed hold of the sages' feet and impudently asked them with feigned humility, "Oh, learned Brahmins, this black-eyed pregnant woman has something to ask you. She is too embarrassed to inquire for herself. She's just about to give birth and is very desirous of having a son. Since all of you are great sages with infallible vision, please tell us whether her child will be a boy or a girl." So it's just a prank, right? Just fooling around. But they did it in front of sages. They should have known better. Sages are not to be fooled around with. And generally they wouldn't get so angry, but they got angry. The reason they got angry, they got inspired by the Lord. Otherwise, sages have no business to become angry. Right? Thus, ridiculed by deceit, the sages became angry, "O king," and told the boys, "Fools, she will bear an iron club that will destroy your entire dynasty." Now, compared to the prank, the offense of the prank, this curse is way out of proportion, right? Way out of proportion. But that was the desire of the Lord. And that's what the sages did. They fulfilled the desire of the Lord. The Yadus, frightened by this curse, immediately lifted the garment from Samba's abdomen and found a club. The luster of their faces completely faded. They hurried back to Dwaka and then to the assembly of Ugrasen, the king of the Yadus. They told the king what had happened. Yes, Naniman.
Yes, Prabhuji. In the previous verse, it was said that all the sages gathered at Vasudev's house. And so what is the link between them and what is happening now?
Only that Krishna said to them after the yajna, "Go to Prabhash and spend some time there." Okay. And that's what they did. Yeah, that's the only link. That's
okay.
Yeah. The lust, yeah, sorry. They told the king what had happened. Fearing the Brahman's curse, Yaduraj Ugrasen ordered the club ground to powder. And he personally threw this into the ocean. The sage's curses never go unheeded. They take effect. They happen. They do happen. Within the ocean, a fish swallowed the last remaining lump of iron and the waves carried all the bits of ground powder to the shore, where they were implanted naturally and eventually grew into groves of sharp canes. Regarding the lump of iron, the fisherman caught the fish that had swallowed the lump. And a hunter named Jara used the iron lump found in its belly to fashion an arrow. The Lord, fully aware of the events in the form of time, sanctioned all that was happening. So this was all accepted by the Lord. So it's a small chapter, chapter 23 verses, but it lays the foundation for the Yadus leaving the planet. And it also gives the foundation for a lot of the philosophical debate that we will see going forward in the next few chapters. So, actually, Madhusudan has done something. Is Kamakshi there? No. Okay, that's fine. They've gone to get the visa. So Madhusudan Prabhu has written, I'll just read it actually. I've got it on my WhatsApp. It is amazing to learn that even within the Yadu dynasty, Krishna's family, there were some who were puffed up and inimical towards Krishna, even though they were close associates and demigods.
Prabhuji, we can't say are you reading the instructions?
Yeah, no, I'm just reading it, yeah.
He's just reading it from the.
Oh, but nothing to share. Okay.
No, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Who are requested by Krishna to take part in his pastimes. With this attitude, they can be more burden to the earth like other demons, and Krishna had to lessen the burden. So to wind up his pastimes, he put in place a plan to deal with his own dynasty. As the purport comments, in other words, birth cannot constitute the qualification for a respectable person, even when one is born in a Lord's own family or in the Acharya's family, or to speak of an ordinary, wealthy or learned family. So just because one is born, it's a good point made by Madhusudan Prabhu, that just because one is born, even in Krishna's own family or in the family of the Guru, it doesn't guarantee your qualification. The qualification is only guaranteed through behavior and attitude, how we have an attitude. So that's the end of chapter 1. Any questions, any comments?
Yes, that was a very valid point. But wherever you are born, you don't escape your karmas.
Don't accept the karmas?
Yeah, yeah, very nice. Krishna, I think I read that Krishna knew what was happening, but didn't do anything, isn't it?
Yeah, he
made it happen.
He sanctioned it.
Yeah, he made it happen like that.
He wanted it to happen, and he
Don't-
put the excuse of Gandhari's curse. Yes. Although it's not mentioned in the Bhagavatam, there was this curse from Gandhari which led to the destruction.
So that curse is not mentioned in Bhagavatam.
No, I haven't come across it. It's not in here.
Okay.
You know.
It's only in the Mahabharata.
But it is, yeah, it is there. It is there in other scriptures as well. How the curse, how the Yadus left, but it's not in the Bhagavatam. Very interesting.
So the destruction of Yadus, it will come later on, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's right.
It will come later.
Yeah, the first chapter just lays the foundation.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Anybody else? Any comments? Any questions? So we can stop there. Srimad Bhagavatam ki 11th canto ki jai.